Once upon a time, there was a king and queen who lived in the palace. They are holding a baby to celebrate the birth of their daughter, named Talia. Then the father called in astrologers and entered the palace to foretell him of what fortune will befall for their daughter, Talia.
Your daughter will be as beautiful as ever been, but I see that there is a danger coming to your daughter by a splinter of flax.
I order to forbid that any flax or hemp or any other matter of this kind should be brought within this house, so that my precious Talia should escape the predestined danger.
Years pass, Talia grows into a beautiful young woman. One day, when Talia is walking around, she is looking out of the window and saw a spindle. She is curious of what thing it was, and she curiously touches the spindle, and it breaking her finger.
Ouch!
Talia fell dead upon the ground. As soon as the wretched father heard of the disaster which had taken place, the father cannot bury her daughter Talia. Therefore, the father laid her out in the palace and put her seated on the velvet throne under a dais of brocade, and closed the door and abandoned it for years. The entire palace falls into an enchanted slumber. After a time, a king hunting in nearby woods follows his falcons into the house. The king knocked on the door, but though he knocked for a length of time, nobody came to answer the summons.
Hello? Is anybody there?
And he finds that there is no living person. At last, he came to the large room and found Talia. The king was trying to wake her up. However, it has no response.
Hey, wake up.
The king believed that Talia was asleep. He lifted her in his arms and carried her to a bed, and he raped it. After that, the king leaving her upon the bed and returned to his kingdom. After what happened, Talia is still asleep while pregnant. She carried a baby for 9 months. After 9 months, she delivers a twin baby. One is boy and one is girl. And they were attended by the two figures and put it in the baby on the breast of their mother. However, they can't find where it is. They began to suck the finger of Talia. They sucked so much that the tip of the flax came forth, and Talia awoke as if from a long sleep.
Hello, my adorable babies. I will name you to my sun and moon today. What happened to me? Where is everyone? I can't find anyone here.
In the meanwhile, the king remembered Talia. The king informed the queen that he will go to hunting again.
I will go back to go hunting.
Okay, when are you coming?
I don't know.
The king goes back to the palace and found her awake and with 2 cupids of beauty. The king was glad with exceeding gladness.
Who are you?
Hi, I am king, and when I was hunting one time, I saw this place. I was curious, therefore I go in and I saw you. You're beautiful and I take advantage of you while you are unconscious. I go back here to apologize of what I have done.
After what the king said to Talia, it started their friendship. The king stays to the palace for a few days. After the time, the king farewelled to Talia and promised her to return soon and take her with him to his kingdom.
Talia, I'm sorry, but I need to go back to my kingdom. I promise I will return and take you along with the sun and moon and go to my kingdom.
Okay, I will wait for your turn.
The king came back in hunting to his kingdom. While he is sleeping, he mentioned the name of Talia, sun, and moon. The queen heard it and began suspecting the king that something was wrong from the delay of her husband in the chase. and hearing him name continually Talia, sun and moon, Queen waking up the king and asked him about it.
Talia, my sun and moon.
King, wake up! What are you saying? Who is Talia? Sun and moon? You'll always mention it when you're asleep.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
The queen did not restless about what she heard to the husband's mouth. Therefore, she forces the king's secretary to tell her everything.
Do you know who Talia is? Sun and moon? Tell me.
I have no idea. Who are them? I'm sorry, Queen.
Using a forged message, Talia's children brought to court. The queen orders the cook to kill the two children and serve it to the king.
I want you to kill the children and give it to the king as a tasteful dish.
But I can't.
But the cook, who was tender-hearted, seeing these two beautiful golden apples, felt pity and compassion of them, and he carried them home to his wife, and bade her to hide them.
I want you to hide them and make sure that the queen will not see them.
But who is these children? Why do you need to hide them?
Please, just hide them. Stop asking and go.
After the cook hid the children, he cooks 2 lambs ready and served it to the king and queen. In the meanwhile, the queen, not being satisfied of the evil she already done, she called the secretary to call Talia, saying that the king wants to see her.
Talia, the king wants to see you. Come on.
Really? Okay, let's go.
So, you must be Talia. Welcome, Madam Rattle. I can see that you have taken an interest in my husband. You're an unfortunate woman who has caused me a lot of pain. I hope you are proud of yourself for being such an ill-intentioned woman. Please leave, as I do not want to associate myself with you any longer. You are not welcome here, and I would rather you be in purgatory, where you can reflect on your actions and make amends for the harm you have caused me.
I'm sorry, Queen, but it is not my fault. The king was. Because when I drowned in sleep, the king was taking advantage of me. He raped me. He confessed it to me.
I will throw you into the fire, Talia.
Queen, please allow me to remove my garments.
Fine, you can remove it.
Talia began to remove her garments she wore. When she was about to remove her last garments, she screamed out loud.
Wah!
What is that noise? Where are our children?
King, the queen said it was killed by a cook and served it to you as meat.
The king was very mad and he bade to throw the queen and secretary to the fire. The king would also do this to the cook. However, the cook explained that he did not do it.
And you, the cook, throw him.
King, please forgive me. Let me explain. The queen said to me to kill them, but I didn't, because they are just a child, and they are adorable children.
The wife of the cook brings the children to the king.
King, here is your children.
The king gives a reward to the cook and his wife. And they live happily ever after. So, it was all a dream.